Yeah, you just my type, not just one night. Trying to do this right for the rest of my life. You don't know you're beautiful, what are you, blind girl? Smiling at the ground, you ain't gotta be shy, girl. Beautiful in and out, trying to make you my girl. Doing everything I can to bring you into my world. Yeah, show you the finer things, not
Hello
materials.
everybody in YouTube land. It's been a long time, I know. Welcome back to Curvy Girl Makeup. I have been away for so long and I apologize sincerely. It just was a whirlwind. It went from finding out that my right side of my nose is totally occluded from a very bad deviated septum, and constant sinus infections, and constantly with my nose dripping and blowing my nose, and it was horrible. To the holidays, which just blew through like a whirlwind, and then getting back into the regular routine of things, work, and now I'm recovering from the flu. Yes, I had a flu shot because I have to have one at work, and I find out that they are not effective this year. But I have to say, I don't think I got a case as bad as I could have gotten because I did get a shot. But if I'm sniffling and I sound nasal and you see me snorting away over here, it's because I am recovering from the flu. So anyway, I'm back. I bought an Erin Condren, I don't know if you can see it right back there, planner. It is an investment, so I figured get my life a little bit more organized as far as planning my days and work and stuff like that, because working night shift throws your whole universe off. But anyway, today I come to you with my 2014 Best in Beauty. I have a range of stuff from hair care to skin care to makeup to tools, fragrances, everything. So this is going to be a long video, so let's get started. The first category that I have for you today is hair care, and honestly I only have 2 items in the hair care category. As far as shampoos and things go, I have used so many different shampoos, so many different conditioners. It would be hard to really pinpoint one that I really particularly liked. None of them really did anything spectacular. As you all know, I have very spirally, curly, I mean, this is tame. If I didn't use the products I use, could you imagine the haystack I have? So there really wasn't a shampoo that I found that I was really satisfied with. I can say right now I am using the coconut curls from Organics. It's that whole line. They have the Brazilian and all that kind of stuff, the coconut water, the coconut milk shampoo, the keratin one. I found coconut curls, and let me tell you something, that shampoo and conditioner is no joke. That stuff is thick and it's heavy and emollient, and when I'm trying to wash the shampoo out of my hair, it's like thick. I mean thick. So, sorry. I'm hoping that from extended use of that shampoo that it would really kind of keep my curls tame. I don't want frizzy curls. I don't mind having the spirals. You know, as you can see, I have like a lot of spirally curls. I just don't want frizz. So, that being said, the 2 products that I always turn to after shampooing and conditioning is some kind of oil. And it either goes between the Argan Magic, this is a leave-in hair oil, or some of you that have watched some of my past empties videos, I have the Amir Argan Oil, and I usually get them off Hotlook because they're like half price, because these are expensive oils. So whichever one I can get off Hotlook, be it the Argan Magic or the Amir, I buy them. So what I do is just quickly, I wash my hair, put conditioner in, wash. While the conditioner's in, I wash my face and do my biz. And before I rinse my body off, I rinse the conditioner out of my hair. Then I go in, I squeeze you know, I just wring out my hair with my hand, and then I go in with the argan oil, the hair oil, and I run this through my hair while I'm in the shower, and I let it soak in while I'm rinsing the rest of myself off. Then I get out of the shower, towel dry my hair, and after I towel dry my hair, I go in with the Argan Magic Curl Cream. This is an argan oil cream leave-in defining curl conditioner. Ugh, what a mouthful. So the Amir one has one as well. So like I said, whichever one I can find on HauteLook, that's the one I purchase. So right now, actually I bought a ton of these because I haven't seen the Amir in a long time. So I probably have like 3 backups of these and a couple of these because these last a lot longer. So after my shampoo routine, these are the 2 must-haves that I have for my hair, because if I didn't, I would have a haystack, I'm telling you. I mean, it's nice and curly and spirally and tame. If I didn't use these products, it would be like I stuck my finger in a socket. And my husband is an electrician, and I don't think he would appreciate that. Okay? All right. So that's all I have for hair care. Now, onto some skincare items that I cannot live without and did not live without in 2014 and will continue to use for years to come. First skincare item I used is Philosophy's Clear Days Ahead. Now, this is a salicylic acid wash that I use to scrub my face in the morning, or in my case, at night when I get ready to go to work. So if it's a normal day for me and I'm not working and I get up to take a shower, I use this. If I'm taking a shower at night before work, I use this. So this is what I use to clean my face in the shower whenever I shower. I always follow it up with the St. Ives Blemish Control apricot facial scrub. Now I know everybody says don't use that, it's so gritty, it's gonna cause micro tears in your skin. Personally, I like it. I like an abrasive scrub. I like it because I have dry skin and I get not flaky, but I don't want to get flaky. So I use this because it's really abrasive and it really gets off your stuff. It also prevents blackheads and minimizes your pores. So I use this all the time. I buy it wherever I can. A lot of times I get it at BJ's. It's like a Costco or Sam's Club or whatever you have in your area, one of those warehouse places. They usually have them in packs of 3, so I buy them when they have them there. So these 2 are my shower washes. This is always what I use in the shower. Now, if I'm moisturizing my face for the day or for the night if I'm going to work, I use the Aveeno Active Naturals Clear Complexion. This is what I use first always before I put any moisturizer on. It's a salicylic acid based moisturizer. So any moisturizer that I put on after this helps prevent breakouts because I have dry skin and I want to make sure I have a rich, thick, emollient moisturizer, but sometimes because I do have sensitive skin, I'll break out and I don't want that to happen, so I will put this on first. So good stuff. Then I follow it for my day or my night, getting ready for work. I follow it with the daily moisturizer, the Aveeno Naturals. This is the Positively Radiant line. I do like this a lot. It varies. I'll use this. Sometimes I'll use this one, the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. The gel is for oily skin, the lotion's for dry. So it's either one of these 2, whichever one I feel like. Sometimes I like to change it up because my skin kind of gets used to stuff. So one of these are my daily moisturizers before work or for the day. It's so weird. It's like I'm backwards than everybody. So it's like when I'm doing day stuff, it's at night. Go figure, right? Anyway, for eye bags, I use the Clinique Rollerball It's All About the Eyes serum. It's like one of your typical metal roller balls. It's okay. It's the one that I've had and I've used all year. You can see, I don't know if you can see how much is in here. Yeah, it's like right down here. I actually have a skincare haul coming up, and I actually found a really good cream that I'm going to talk about that has dramatically improved the underneath of my eyes. I got a gift card from my husband for Macy's, and when I went to this particular counter, the lady asked me, well, what do you want? Do you want to get rid of dark circles? Do you want to, get rid of under eye bags? And I was looking at it and I'm like, honey, I got a million concealers. I can deal with dark circles. I got to get rid of the bags. And I was like, it's all about the bags, baby. So this says it's all about the eyes. It's all about the bags. We've got to get rid of them bags. So this is okay. It's good in a quick fix, but it's not like a long-term deal. You know what I mean? So I reach for this a lot when I'm getting ready for the day or to go out. Here goes the sniffling. The next thing I have is the Bare Minerals Naturally Luminous Extra Firming Neck Cream, and it comes in a jar that looks like this. I honestly believe in using neck cream. Your neck is special skin, different from your face, I believe. Sags a lot easier. So you could see how much I've used. And I've been using this for 6 months, I'd say. It doesn't take a lot because you have this area right here. It's not really that expensive. I don't remember how much I paid for it. Maybe in the $20, $30 range. I mean, it's not like some of the alginous stuff that you got out there. It's in the 60s, but this stuff, I really like it. So I use this morning and night before, or night and morning when I get home from work, however it works. As far as my nighttime type routine, what I do is I use my Sonia Kashuk eye makeup remover. You can see it's the dual phase. You shake it up, you make a milky substance. Stuff is great. I use a cotton round, wipe the eyes right off. So I can't even tell you how many bottles of this. Every time me and my bestie go to Target, I'm buying whatever's on the shelf. So I always have a stock and supply of this. So love this stuff. It's great. For face cleanser at night or in the morning when I get home from work, what I do is I use a facial remover wipe. These just happen to be the La Fresh Travel. Can you see that? The Travel Light ones. These are the individual ones. These are nice because you can take them on the go when you're traveling. I like the Kat Von D Unlock It ones. Any of the drugstore brands are good. I'm not fussy, but I'll always use a makeup remover wipe. Always grab for one of these when I'm doing my morning after work routine or my nighttime routine, whichever. You get it, right? Yeah. Anyway, after I remove my eye makeup and then my face makeup, I use the Clinique Mild Liquid Facial Soap. This is for dry combination skin. Love the Clinique soaps. It's very mild, very cleansing. It doesn't leave your face that dry, squeaky clean. You know how when your face like when you're drying it? I don't like that because it feels like it's stripped away some of the natural oils, and I don't have a lot as it is. But this stuff is great. It's very mild, and I forgot to bring my Clarisonic in here. I use it with my Clarisonic. I just pump some onto the brush, wet the brush, turn it on, and go through the whole motion, and my face is perfectly clean. Love this stuff. I have purchased it. I will repurchase it, and this is the soap that I used all year. And at night, or in the morning when I'm going to bed, I usually use a much heavier moisturizer. I always go in with the clear skin first, and then the one I've been using recently is the Embryolisse. This is the anti-aging one, and that goes along with the eye one, the smoothing contour eye. I got these at IMATS. Not last year because I missed last year because they were sold out, but the year before, and I never opened them. And I know people are like, ew, but they're still good. They don't smell or anything. I never opened them. And when I did finally open them, I was like, what was I waiting for? like these a lot, and I use these quite a bit. Again, it doesn't take very much. I mean, you can see the jar kind of does have a dent in it, but there's no fragrance to it. It's great. It's gentle. It's not irritating. Love it. So those are some of the skincare items. The bonus stuff that I use, once in a while, I have the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud. This is for dry skin. I love this stuff. It smells like coconuts. I'm telling you, this drip is killing me. And it looks like this. You can see I'm starting to hit the bottom. This is when I feel like my skin is a lot dry and it needs like an extra boost of hydration. I'll just throw some of this on for like 5-10 minutes, and you can hear the girls barking. I didn't have them in here because I have so much stuff laid out on the bed, they would be like plowing through it. Anyway, Glam Glow Thirsty Mud for an extra boost of hydration when I feel I need it. And for body care, body skin care, I forgot to bring it in here too. I use the Caress, the body scrubs in the shower, and then I have these. These are the Bodycology. This one happens to be Wild Poppy. It's a nourishing body cream. I got these on clearance at Target for like $2, and I bought a bunch of them, and actually they're pretty good. They're light, they absorb quickly, and they don't stay greasy on your skin. So, and they're lightly scented, so if you're going to put a perfume on, it's not going to interfere with your perfume. So really like this. It's down to here, it's almost empty. I reached for this all year, and I do have 2 other ones of scents and fragrances that I bought. So like this stuff, really good. So that's what I have in my skincare regimen and stuff that I've used throughout the year 2014 and will continue to use. Oh, one thing I forgot. This is part of skincare as well. Your lips are skin. This is the EOS lip balm. This one is the new one. It's the striped one. I believe this is the coconut milk one. It smells like Coke. It looks just like the other EOS balm. My favorite EOS balm, and I have it right here in front of me, actually is the, and you can see it's still wrapped. I have backups of these, so many of them. This one is the Strawberry Sorbet. And I have another one. They're both wrapped. Whenever I find them, I pick them up because I can't usually always find the strawberry ones. They're sold out, and I don't like mints, the sweet mints. I don't like anything mint. And I don't like, I haven't tried the blueberry acai ones, but I do like the pink coconut milk one. So love these for lip balms. I usually just throw like a Blistex or a chapstick in my pocketbook, but when I'm home and I'm doing moisture and taking care of my skin, I always throw this on. So yeah, that's my skincare for 2014. Okay, the next category of my best in beauties I'm going to talk about is things for your complexion. And that's going to range from your primers to your foundations, right up until your everything that you would put on your skin. So let's start with primers. I try to pick drugstore and high-end in each category for face, lips, and eyes. So I tried to give you a variety of stuff. Some stuff I don't have drugstore in. So, you know, but there are plenty of dupes for all the stuff that's out there. So the 2 primers I found myself reaching for the most for high-end would be the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. Absolutely love this stuff. It is a silicone based. It's got that silicone-y feel to it, but it makes your foundation look flawless. I mean, your foundation just glides right over your skin. This stuff is amazing. I probably have, just by looking at it, maybe like I'm down to here. So I'm going to have to get a new one soon. I have a ton of primers that I have to go through, but I will never be without this one. Even though if I go off this for a little bit and just use up a million little sample stuffs that I have, I always go back to this one. Absolutely love it. And for drugstore, for dry skin especially, the Magic Lumi by L'Oreal. What I like to do with this stuff really is mix it with my foundation, especially if I have a foundation that's a little on the matte side, because sometimes I do like a matte velvet looking skin, especially if I'm doing like some kind of retro kind of look. But it can grab on dry patches. So definitely I will use this. Love it. Next, let's move on to foundation. Two of the high-end foundations that I really reached for a lot that I can't decipher between would be the NARS Sheer Glow. And this stuff is great for dry skin. Awesome. I'm in the color Santa Fe. Then I have the Smashbox Liquid Halo. Love this stuff. I use this quite a bit this past year, and I am in the color 2, number 2. And for drugstore, I would say L'Oreal True Match Lumi, another great one that is awesome for dry skin. I'm in N5 True Beige. True Beige. Love this stuff. Makes your skin look bright, luminous, glowy. Great stuff, especially if you have dry skin. Moving on to concealers, I had 3 concealers that I reached for the most. I would say the 2 high-end concealers that I enjoyed the most, whereas of course my MAC Pro Longwear, I use the color, wow, NW25. So I like to use this, believe it or not, under my foundation because it's a darker color and it's closer to my complexion color. What it does for me is it shades those circles. You don't want to highlight bags because if you put anything light underneath your bag, you're going to bring the bag forward. So what you want it to do is recede, so we use dark to recede. So I always put this on first, under my eye area, under my foundation. And then over the foundation, I found myself reaching a lot for the NARS Creamy Concealer, the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the color Medium Custard. Love this stuff. Beautiful, creamy, glides right on, a charm to work with. Love it. And the drugstore option that I have for you would be the Maybelline. You can't even see it. It's all worn off. You could tell it's like all the way down to here. Actually, down to here. This is the Fit Me Concealer, and I use medium. So, awesome drugstore option. It's kind of almost like a dupe for the NARS. You could see it's kind of almost in the same packaging. Good drugstore alternative to the NARS. Awesome. Enjoyed that throughout the year as well. The 2 highlighters, I don't normally cream highlight a lot, but when I do, I don't have any drugstore options. My favorite would be the MAC Prep and Prime, and I use Bright Forecast. Yeah, Bright, I don't know if you can see that. Bright Forecast, it's like a yellowy color. It's the click up one with the little brush. Love this one. This is my favorite. I also discovered midway, I got when I joined the BoxyCharm, I got one of the Tarina Tarantino ones in a BoxyCharm. This one's a little bit more on the pink side, whereas the Bright Forecast leans a little bit more yellow because I have a lot of yellow undertones in my skin. So I like to tend to use the yellow ones, but this one's workable. It's not that bad. And when I got it in the BoxyCharm, I loved it. And then I saw it on Haute Look, and I picked up a spare. This one, you can see it's got a clean white brush. It's not even opened yet. But I bought it as a backup because it was like 50% off on Haute Look. So, love those 2 as far as highlighting creams go. Beautiful. Now, after you get this gorgeous canvas all done, you got to set it with something. So, as far as powders go, I always go under the eye with the Ben Nye Banana Powder. Old Faithful, everybody uses it. Love it. It's great stuff. I set my under eyes with this. I find when I set under my eyes with one of those white powders, I do have this one. It's the MAC Rocky. This came from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's the Invisible. He says Invisible. The white powder. I find I get white casts and pictures under my eyes when I use this, even though it's supposed to be invisible. So if I know I'm going, I don't mind using it, and I do use it if I'm going out with friends or whatever, because really it is invisible. But for some reason, when I take pictures, I guess maybe because my skin is so yellow, I get white cast under the eyes. So if I know I'm going somewhere where there's going to be a lot of pictures taken, I use the banana powder because it's yellow and it's undetectable in pictures, for me anyway. So you could tell, well, I'm down to here, and I mean, you don't use a lot of it. I bought the Gigungo size, like I'm going to use it forever, but it'll last me a long time. As far as face setting powders, there's, depending again on what I want to do. If I'm just going out, a lot of times I just go out barefaced. I don't even wear makeup out sometimes. But if I'm going out with friends to dinner, my husband, whatever, and I want to look nice, there's two ways I like to set my face. Number one would be with a regular colored foundation powder. And if I do that, I turn to the Sephora Micro Smooth, and I am in the color 25 medium. This is my third time filming this collective video, by the way. I'm sorry about the non-focusing, but with my DSLR, I have a hard time trying to get it to focus. If you see back here, that little white box, I bought a camcorder to, because it has focus. It focuses like that when I bring a product up to the camera, but the problem is that it cut everything into segments, and I don't know why it was doing that. It didn't give me a smooth transition. It didn't even film the whole thing. It would chop it, stop, and it was in pieces, and I was like, oh no, hell no, I'm not being bothered with that. So it's going back. So anyway, please forgive me for the lack of focusing. So still trying to figure out how to get the focus right. Anyway, moving on, get over it. Sephora, the Micro Smooth powder. It is, I have to watch this because look, it's a baked powder. It's on the terracotta bottom, and I really don't want it to break, and for some reason it came out. But it is the smoothest, most luxurious powder I have ever felt. More so than my MAC Natural. I have a backup of that. What is it? What is it? I haven't broken it open yet because I have so many powders open. The Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, this one. This is like finely milled 10 times smoother than the MAC one, which is surprising because I love MAC. I'm a MAC girl at heart. If I could work there, oh my God, it would be a dream. But you know, I got vampire hours as it is, and I'm on my feet and being a nurse, and I don't know if I could hack working at MAC, although I would love to. Anyway, Sephora Micro Smooth, awesome powder to set your face with. For a drugstore option, if you wanted to use a foundation, again, that has color to it, I usually reach for the Stay Matte, Rimmel Stay Matte. Dust it very lightly, very sparingly, because again, I have dry skin and this is a matte powder. I use 003 Natural. Great stuff though. If you do a very fine coating of it with a very soft and loose, fluffy brush, beautiful finish. So this is an awesome drugstore option for a powder. Now, if I want my skin to look extra glowy and luminous, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my face with the Hourglass Ambient. You can see my lamp and my ring. I actually bought a mirror that's a ring light that's dimmable that mimics daylight. It's the what is it called? Zadro from Bed Bath & Beyond. Great mirror. If you watch Twilight Chick 143, I think it is, Christine, she turned me on to this mirror. Awesome. I use it for a light. This way I don't have to set up soft boxes because I don't have a lot of room where I'm at right now. Moving on. I'm getting sidetracked. Get your mind going, girl. I like to use the ambient lighting powders. This one, oh, this is too expensive to be dropping on the floor. This one's in Ethereal Light. And it is like a yellowish, there you go. You can see it's got a yellow tint to it. It's a yellowish colored powder. I like to set my face with this one. And then I actually, when they brought back the Trio palette, I missed out on it the first time, and they brought it back by popular demand. I actually swooped it up. This one's got 3 in it. It's got dim light, incandescent, and radiant. And if you look, we have dim, which is on the darker side. Let me get rid of the mirror. Dim light, incandescence in the middle, that's the lightest one, and then radiant light. So I usually set my face with the dim, and then I go around my highlight areas with the incandescent or the radiant, whichever one, or I mix them sometimes. But if I really want a luminous finish to the skin, I set with these powders. Really, they're expensive, but they're a good investment, and they last a long time. I've had them over a year, so I mean, and I didn't even, you can see this one. I mean, I haven't even dented it. So yeah, that's how I like to set my face. Moving on, the next thing you would want to do is bronze or contour, and I have 3 different contour ways I like to contour. The first one would be with my Hoola bronzer. Everybody knows what Hoola is by Benefit. Their boxed blushes and boxed powders are some of the greatest out there, I think. This is what Hoola looks like. It's a nice warm brown, but not red warm, if you know what I mean. So this is a good one. I also, one of my favorites is the MAC. It was from the Hey Sailor collection. This one is in Sun Dipped. I hit pan. I'm so upset. Look, I hit pan. I use this so much, it's almost going away. I don't know what else to say. I backed off using it because this was a limited edition one, and I don't know where to get a hold of it. The only other place I could check would be a CCO, and I don't always get up to the outlets all the time, but now that I finally hit pan, I will be looking for Sun Dipped at my nearest CCO. But awesome, I love this one. Again, it's not very red. You can see it's got that yellowish kind of tint to it, so it kind of goes along with my skin. And for an awesome drugstore option, I like this NYC Sunny Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in Sunny, 720A Sunny. Honestly, this stuff lasts forever. When I first got into makeup, I started my YouTube channel. It'll be 2 years this April. And I bought this 2 years ago when I started watching YouTube. Well, actually, I'm watching YouTube a lot longer. But when I started watching YouTube, this was one of the first bronzers, and I mean, I haven't even hit pan yet. Look, there was a sun. If you could see the ridges, there was a sun on here. The sun is gone, but I don't know when the heck I'm ever going to hit pan on this. And again, it's not a red-based brown. Your red-based browns you don't want to contour with because they don't look natural. So I like to go on the more yellowy or gray, type browns. So these are 3 awesome choices for bronzers. Next part of your complexion would be your blush. So I have 2 things that I've reached for all year long. I created a MAC palette, the double palette. This is the heavy duty thick one, with blushes in it. And if I can open it carefully, I will show you. This side here behind the glass or the plastic, let me open it, is all MAC blushes. I depotted myself. So these are all MAC blushes. Don't ask me what the names are because I have no idea. But you can see the range of colors I have here, from like peachies to wines to like pinks and peachy corally pinks. And on the other side, because I wasn't able to fit them in the pan because they're baked blushes and domed, I had to put them flat. These, and they kind of roll around, so I have to be careful. These 3 are MAC baked blushes. This one, which is, which one is this one? Warm Soul is probably the one I used the most last year. And this one is Dainty. And I believe this one is Gentle. So Dainty, Warm Soul, Gentle. These three were the ones I reached for most last year. And these 4 blushes here, is it 4? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these 4 flat blushes are Makeup Geek blushes. So they were part of the party because they were in my MAC palette. They are an awesome drugstore, quote unquote, alternative. They're drugstore prices. You just can't get them at the drugstore, so I don't really put them in a drugstore category, but they are great priced blushes. So this probably was my most used blush palette last year. And besides this, if I wasn't reaching for this, I was reaching for my Benefit boxed blushes. This one is just the Coralista. I also have Bella Bamba, Rockstar. There's one other, I don't know where it went to. I wanted to get Dallas. Never got the Havana though. But my favorite's probably the Coralista. It's a beautiful coral color, beautiful, and these blushes smell divine. I love the Benefit box blushes. Love them. Moving on, next thing you want to do would be highlight. So highlighting, I have 3 different highlighters that I personally reached for the most. The first one would be the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. This is now available at Kohl's. Kohl's picked up The Balm. Kohl's picked up Lorac. Kohl's picked up Pure. They picked up a lot of stuff. A lot of people pulled out of Sephora and went to Kohl's. So go look at your Kohl's department store. So this is awesome. It's a beautiful champagne. I'm starting to see the ridges. I don't know. Yeah, see, you can see the ridges here in the Big Dip. I use this quite a bit. Love this. Love this. I'm not swatching any of these because if I swatched all this stuff, I'd be here forever. The next highlighter I use the most would be MAC's Soft and Gentle. And this one I picked up in August. I found it at a CCO in North Carolina when I was visiting my mother. And from August on, I used nothing probably but this. The first half of the year was geared mainly towards the Mary Luminizer, or the Mary Luminizer. But after I got a hold of this was where it was at. And if I wasn't reaching for high end, I was reaching for my Hard Candy. This is the So Baked Bronzer in Tiki, and it is far from a bronzer. It is the most beautiful drugstore highlighter I've ever seen. Absolutely beautiful. You can see it's got a beautiful golden champagne glow to it. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this. Great choice from the drugstore. And after you get all of this beautiful canvas all prepped, well, I would do it after my eye shadow and everything, but this is part of complexion. You want to set all this beautiful stuff. So I don't have anything from the drugstore. I do have a drugstore haul coming soon, and I have a drugstore setting spray, which I have not tried yet. So I will let you know once I do my haul and use it, let you know how it is. But the 2 that I love the most, and I've used the All-Nighter, I've used the one by the Locket one by Kat Von D. I've used the Scandinavia one. The combination I love the most is Max Fix Plus. I'll spritz that really quick, and then I go over it with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. I found this stuff probably, you could see how much Fix Plus I have left in this bottle. I do have a backup one. I use this a good part of the year. I love the way it smells. It's so fresh. I found this one probably like in November. It's a late year favorite, but I mean, I have gone through so much of it. And remind you, I don't wear makeup every day of the week. So, you know, you only spritz 1 tube to go through this much of it in a month or 2. Love this stuff. So these are the 2 of my favorite. I like to use Fix Plus to spray my brushes when I'm putting on eyeshadow, like the one I have on now. I sprayed, this one is Rockstar by Makeup Geek. And then in the corner here I have Bling. So I like to use Fix Plus to foil out the eyeshadows. So yeah, that is my complexion favorites for 2014. Stuff that I've personally reached for throughout the year for my face.
Light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your head gets me overwhelmed. The way you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell.